Module 1, Lesson 3, we're going to be talking about your blog's niche. So, what should I blog about? Which blogging niches are profitable? How do I choose a blogging niche that actually works and there's an audience for? If the above questions are currently swirling around in your mind, you've come to the perfect place. Choosing the perfect blog niche is a roadblock I see so many of my students run into when they're starting their blogging adventure. It doesn't have to be this way, and it sure doesn't have to be perfect because let's face it, nothing ever is. So in this lesson, I'm going to share with you how you can find your perfect blogging niche in just 5 steps. But first, we got some groundwork to cover. So what is a blogging niche? Let's first cover what a niche actually is. A niche is the overarching theme for your blog, the topics that you cover in your blog post, and what you base your content around. Your niche is also the demographic, the specific people that you aim to reach with your content and the market in which you want to go and target your blog post. There are endless possibilities when it comes to choosing a niche. Ultimately, it should be something you're passionate about and something that you'll enjoy writing weekly content on. So why having a niche is important. Having a niche helps to structure your website and make it clear to visitors what your blog's mission is all about. Your blog exists to solve other people's problems. That's it. Remember that. You're blogging for your audience and not for yourself. If you want a blog to be really profitable, that is. So if you want your blog to be profitable, you're blogging for your audience, not for yourself. Having a clear blogging niche will help you build an audience and put you in the expert seat. You'll want to become the person they'll run into when they're having you want to become the person they'll run to when they're having a problem or need help with something in your niche. If you're blogging a little about everything, it's going to be harder for your audience to look at you as the expert for all of those things. So focus on solving a few problems within one specific niche. Niching down also helps to build the much needed trust with your audience, the trust you need in order to be a successful blogger. Niching down and becoming the expert. The less general of a niche that you choose, the better chance you have of becoming a successful and profitable blogger. The more specific that you are about what your blog is about and who you are serving, the better. This is how you become the expert in your niche. No diplomas or degrees needed, I promise. You want to be the person that shows up on the first page of Google when someone searches for your topic in your niche. You also want to be the person your audience can count on for valuable information within your niche. So for an example, too general of a niche. So this has a lot of competition and is too general. Weight loss. So like the phrase weight loss is just too high competition, too general. Good. Some less competition, weight loss for women. Better, little competition, weight loss for women in their 40s. And then the best, which has no competition, weight loss for women in their 40s who want to lose the last 10 pounds. Do you see how we took weight loss and really focus it in on just, one phrase, one person, a person in their 40s who wants to lose the last 10 pounds? So you have to get really specific here. So for an example, too general blogging, good blogging tips for women, better blogging tips for women who want to make money, best no competition blogging for women who want to turn passions into profits with digital products and services. The more specific and detailed you are about who you're speaking to in your content, the better, and the more your ideal audience will relate to you and love on your content. A woman in her 40s who wants to lose weight, the last 10 pounds to be specific, is going to get much more value from a blog that is speaking directly to women in their 40s who want to lose the last 10 pounds than a general weight loss blog. In conclusion, don't be too general. Focus on connecting, relating to your audience, and most importantly, fixing a certain problem that they have. So how do you find your blogging niche in 5 simple steps? So how do you uncover the perfect niche for your blog? Follow these simple steps and get brainstorming. So step number 1, what are you passionate about? It's important that you choose a topic that you're passionate about and want to learn more about, because you're going to have to write a lot of content on this topic. There's no point in starting a blog on a topic that you have no interest in. You need to be genuinely interested in your blogging niche. Your passion for it should come through in the words that you choose and how you speak to your audience. This is an important part of blogging. You need to care about your content for your audience to care about it. Whoa, sorry. You need to care about your content. Oh my gosh. You need to care about your content for your audience to care about it. If you don't care about it, your audience is going to see that and they're not going to really care. So ask yourselves, what are some topics that spark curiosity and passion for you? What are you interested in? Wouldn't mind writing weekly content around? If you can't write, a weekly blog post around this specific niche, then you can't, you shouldn't be picking this niche. Like, you have to be interested in it and want to write and can write a weekly post on it to pick that niche. So what are some topics that you wouldn't mind writing weekly content about, even if you had to do it for free? So even if you weren't paid to write about this, would you still write about it? So step 2, what are your strengths? Consider your strengths and talents. It might help to ask the people in your life to give you a little guidance if you feel stuck. Sometimes it might not be clear to ourselves what our strengths are, but to other people it's crystal clear. Think about what other people have come to you for advice on, and perhaps let that be an option for your blogging niche. So ask yourself, what are your strengths? What are your talents? What are you most knowledgeable about or want to become knowledgeable in? Like, a lot of people think, I can't be an expert in a topic because I don't really even know a lot about it. Like, I'm not an expert in it. Well, you can become an expert. You can learn it. I wasn't an expert in blogging when I started talking about blogging, believe it or not. I became an expert because I researched, I wrote a lot on the topic, I learned a lot about the topic, and, I did that for several years, so now I can consider myself the expert. You can learn anything online. So step 3, who do you want to serve? Consider the person that you want to help and what problem you'll be solving. Get really clear on your person, the person that you'll be writing and blogging for. In marketing, this is referred to your ICA, or ideal customer avatar. Get to know her. When I first started the Boss Lady Bloggers, I based my ICA on myself. This was easy because I knew the problems that I had and blogged about the solutions. Mirroring yourself as your ICA is an easy choice because you know yourself inside and out, and she'll be easier to speak to. So ask yourself, what problems does my audience have? What questions do they need answered? And how can I solve these through my content and products and services? So an example of my ICA in Boss Lady Bloggers, a woman in her late 20s or 30s, she's seeing all these gurus talking about how to make money blogging and how they make 6 figures doing so, but the tactics that they're teaching aren't working for her. She's trying to make money blogging with affiliate marketing, trying to increase her blog traffic with Pinterest, and she knows at the end of the day that she is straight up failing. She wants to know how to make legit profitable blogging business using strategies that actually work and not the fluff that other gurus are trying to sell her. Make it a priority to get to know your ideal customer avatar and have her in the back of your mind whenever you create new content, the way you brand your blog, and the wording you choose. So every time I create new content, I'm always thinking about, does this speak directly to my ideal customer or my ideal client, or my ideal blog reader, or my ideal podcast reader, or whatever? The ideal person that I'm speaking to within my content. Am I speaking to her when I'm creating this content right now, or is this just fluff and not speaking to her? Because you want to speak directly to her. Also, the way that you brand your blog. So the colors, the branding, the logos, like literally every little detail in your blog should be about your audience. So for an example, like my colors that I chose, I felt, like a Boss Lady blogger. My brand is very elegant. It's pink. and it speaks directly to the lady blogger. And the wording that you choose, so all of my content, all of the copywriting that I have on my website speaks directly to my ICA. Your ICA will likely change, but get to know her sooner than later. You can always change your content strategy in the future. The important thing to know is that your niche and content exists to help solve a problem to attract the right people, your ICA. Step 4, define 3 to 4 sub-niches. So when you've got your overall niche nailed down, you want to try to come up with 3 to 4 sub-niches that you can base and alternate between your, alternate your weekly content around, okay? So for an example, main niche, personal development, sub-niches, mindset, goal setting, self-care, and productivity. Sub-niches are a great way to better understanding of what your audience is actually interested in, and it lets you to create a niche within a niche, so to speak. Okay, so perhaps you'll discover that your posts about productivity skyrocket and always tend to do well on Pinterest. Well, this might be a sign that you should keep going in that direction. Fine-tune your niche even more and focus solely on what is working. For an example, I noticed that, my make money blogging pins are doing really well on Pinterest, so I create more of that content. Sub-niches are also a great way for coming up with ideas for your editorial calendar. If you start out blogging about something very specific, you're gonna run out of ideas rather quickly. There are so many posts that you can create on self-care, for instance. Let yourself test out different pieces of content in a variety of sub-niches and pay attention to what your audience is interested in and the posts that they're engaging with most. Cast a bigger net to attract the right audience by introducing sub-niches. So for an example, my main niche, this is for me, blogging. Sub-niches, make money, email list, Pinterest, social media, blog content tips, etc. Also main niche, health. Sub-niches, literally any disease, addiction, phobia, illness, depression, stress, alcoholism, anxiety, diabetes, you name it. Main niche, self-worth. Sub-niches, emotions, feelings, forgiveness, confidence, building relationships. There's just so many sub-niches within the self-worth. Main niche, organizing, closets, garage, pantries, furniture. There's so many sub-niches for that one as well. So step 4, define 3 to 4 sub-niches. I think I titled that wrong, but let's just keep going. Oh, this is supposed to be, is it profitable? So let me guess, you don't want to just blog for fun, right? So step 4 is your blog profitable? You eventually want to make some good money with your blog and turn it into a successful business. That's what I thought. It's always a good idea to start to think of ways that you can monetize your chosen niche. So have you chosen a niche? Have you chosen a niche that is monetizable? Oh my god, I said that funny. You get it. Is there proof of profitability in the market? These are important questions to ask yourself before starting your blog and choosing a blogging niche. So you don't need to know exactly how you'll monetize your blog just yet, but start to think about it. Oh my gosh, I've talked too much. But start to think about it, brainstorm a few ideas, and look to your competitors in the same niche. Now I can't read. So what are they doing? So what are your competitors doing? How are they doing it? Are they successful? Go to Pinterest and search for other blogs in your niche that you've settled on and let the market research begin. Okay, so you want to do some competitor research here. Final thoughts, the most important thing to consider when choosing a niche is to always have your audience's interests and problems at heart. Blogging is an ever-evolving thing. The niche that you start out with will likely not be the niche that you settle with in the end. Let your blog visitors guide you and help shape your blog's content strategy. Keep an eye on your Google Analytics to see which posts are getting the most traction and clicks to get a better understanding of what kind of content that you should be creating more of. You're writing for them, not yourself. Always remember that.